What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rodney, and what is good? Hey everybody, it's time for the new video of the week, and for this week's video I have decided that I want to discuss my dreadlock journey up until this point. Basically, I also want to give at least like 2 tips of things that I have experienced up to this point that I wish I would have done before, you know, get my dreads done. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this week's video, my dreadlock journey. Let's get into it. So I got my dreads done, my starter locks, excuse me, done in November. It was a week before November. But before that, I've always wanted dreads. I've always wanted locks. I always wanted long dreads and things like that. I've actually wanted dreads, you know, since 3 years before actually getting them done. In 2014, I started growing out a high top. Well, I started growing my hair out, and then like in summertime 2014, I got a high top fade. I let that grow out for about, I'll say about 2 to 3 years. About 2 years let it grow out. And once I let it grow out, I said, you know what, I'm either gonna chop it off or I'm gonna, you know, dread it up. That's exactly what I've done. I went to go get my first starter locks. My hair was at least to about, I say about to right here. I got a picture of it, so I definitely want to show it. And I was looking for a loctician or a stylist that does locks. But in my area, there isn't really any locticians in my area. I live in a very small, I won't say a very small town, I'll say a medium-sized town. Where there are mainly hairstylists that do weaves and natural hair, things like that, but don't do dreads. And cousin, actually, like her mom, they both own salons, and so, you know, they know people that do hair and things like that, blah 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 blah. And so I asked her one day, I was like, hey, do you know anybody that like does like starter locks? She said, yeah, I know somebody that does starter locks. And so I got the person's like information. I scheduled an appointment in November, like last year of November, the weekend before Thanksgiving. So I, you know, got my appointment. I went there. She washed my hair, and she started doing my starter locks. And when she started doing my starter locks, in the beginning, I really didn't have as many locks. I would say I had 20 to 25 locks in my head. And I wasn't really satisfied like with the way the amount of locks that I had, because I knew I was supposed to have more. But also the person who done my starter locks, she doesn't just do locks, she does like weaves and all the other stuff, like any other stylist that she does that too. After I had my dreadlocks in for 2 weeks, I went to get my retwist. Now, which I'm going to discuss this later on the video, mind you, I have done my research on dreadlocks. I mean, before even getting dreadlocks, I was looking at videos on maintenance. I was looking at videos on how to keep your dreads maintained and things like that. I was, you know, what you're supposed to do. Why don't you go get your first retwist and stuff like that. I had done my research, so I know what's supposed to happen. So I scheduled my appointment for my retwist, and she didn't wash my hair. And this is no hate. If you're watching this is no hate to you. This is just my journey. Yeah, so she didn't wash my hair. I just sat in church, she just retwisted my hair, and I just out of curiosity asked what product is she using, and she said spritz and beeswax. Now, I knew there was something wrong with the spritz. I know beeswax is the most common product for starting dreads, and I also heard bad things about that, so I was already kind of like, you know, I don't know, you know, I'm just gonna trust her. Going to her about, I'll say about 3 or 4 times I was going to her. She was retwisting my hair. None of those times my hair would wash, except for the first time when I would get my dreads done. My hair was not getting washed. So basically I would have gallons and gallons of spritz and loads of beeswax in my hair that wasn't getting washed out. So I say about a couple weeks ago, I had was going to get my retwist with her, and I was like, you know, when is your next appointment? And she was like, well, I'm going to be in Greenville, which is like 20 minutes away from where I live, you know, for, you know, up until like Thursday of like the week after next, because like the week that I was trying to get scheduled an appointment for, she was already booked for that whole entire week. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to wait this long to get my hair retwisted, because I was looking at a mess. I mean, I had hair sticking up everywhere, and I needed a retwist like really bad. So I didn't reply back to the text or the appointments that she had available for the week after the next. So I just said, okay, I'm gonna find somebody else, because one, I'm really not happy with the way my Starlocks really came out. And mind you, they were really long. I think I have a picture of my locks. I think I do. I do have a picture of my locks. I'm gonna show that picture of how my locks were when she had done them, and they were really long. They were like coming to about right here. So I was on Google. I googled locticians in my area, and I found somebody who you know, says they do locks, and I was like, okay. So I found him on Facebook. I messaged him. I was like, hey, can you do my retwist? He was like, yeah. You know, when are you free? I was telling her, you know, I said, well, first I asked her, do you do locks? She said, yes. She said, all I do is locks. Found her, I was like, thank you, Jesus. So, I scheduled, I went in for my appointment, and she addressed my dreads. She was looking at them. She was like, okay, what I want to do is I basically want to start this whole thing over with. She said, because if these would have locked, you would have been very, very dissatisfied, because one, you have a lot, I had a lot of gaps in between my hair. Like, I had like plaits of like plaits, but there were like a lot of gaps, and there was places where dreads wasn't supposed to be at. So she was like, so what we're going to do is that basically we're going to start over. We're just going to wash it out, and we're going to start. She said, hopefully they didn't lock. Just like she said, if they did lock, then you have to stay with what you have. So we went to the wash bowl. She washed it all out. She said, yeah, they're coming out. I was like, yes. I got out the wash bowl, and then she put me on the dryer to like try to rush the drying process on my hair so she can lock it. So we kind of damp when she locked it. After that, I sat in the chair. I mean, I couldn't even feel her twisting my hair. I couldn't feel it. Like, she was going like so fast. I was probably in the chair for about 20 to 30 minutes at least. I mean, I didn't even feel her twisting my hair. That's how fast she was, and that's how painless it was. And she was done in like 20 to 30 minutes, and I have now a full head. I don't know if you can see. I have like a half full head of dreads, which this is what I basically wanted. So yeah, that's my story up until this point. So the two tips that I do want to give is, one, do your research. Please do your research on before getting dreads. It is going to help you in the long run if you do your research. Get on YouTube. There are a lot of videos on YouTube for dreads and maintenance and starter locks and all that type of stuff. The one person that I do recommend is Damian Walter. I'll leave a link to his channel below, because he gives like the most accurate tips on how to keep your hair, like how to keep your dreads looking good, keep them moisturized, how to keep them you know, looking fresh. He gives good tips. He also tells you what you're supposed to do on a retwist, what they're supposed to do, and things like that. So yeah, he has so many videos for you to look at. Like, you can binge watch on like half of his channel. So I'll leave the link to his channel below. So yeah, just do your research. Make sure there's something that you do want to do, because once this hair locks, it's no going back. The number 2 tip that I do want to give is make sure that the person you're going to has a portfolio. Look at what they have done, because I was kind of unsure, because she did have a portfolio. The first person I went to, I think she did have a portfolio. Well, I don't think she did. She didn't have a portfolio. I didn't see one. People, you know, she told me a story about one of her cousins and things like that, when they used to stick out their throat. But yeah, look at their portfolio. Look at the dreads they have done, because at the end of the day, you're paying your money for this, and you want to make sure that your hair is going to be on point. You don't want to pay for something that's going to look bad once it locks. I'm telling you, that's something that you want to do. So, you know, ask questions. Do not be afraid to ask questions, because one, like I said before, this is your money, and number two, this is your hair, and this is going to affect your life if it's not done right. So that is it for this week's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my story. Also, the two little tips I gave you for, you know, for starter locks. If you did, I want you to go ahead and leave me a big thumbs up. And this is your first time discovering me or ever seeing my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And that's it for this with you guys. See you guys later. Bye.